Hey Pisces, welcome to my channel Intuitive Tarot Empath. This is your general reading for July 2017. I'm Robin, by the way. In the event that this does or does not resonate with you, go check out the videos for your sun, moon, and or rising sign so you can get the most amount of information about the energy surrounding you throughout the rest of July. They could have started the end of June and they could follow you into the first 2 weeks of August. So you'll notice that the cards are already pre-shuffled and laid out. I was actually filming this video not more than 5 seconds ago, and as I was trying to put my thoughts together about each of the cards, I found that I was stuttering and stumbling over my words. So instead of you having to listen to a video where I stammer for half an hour, I figured I would just, start fresh. So these are the cards from before. You have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have 7 major arcana cards. So in the month of July, that's no coincidence that there are 7 major arcana cards, and July is the 7th month of the year. You are going through some major life changes that are ushered in by fate and the universe. So a lot of you Pisceans have been listening to your gut. Your intuition has been on point. And anytime you feel, your gut kind of pulling you in one direction, you move toward it. That's no coincidence. That's, that's the universe saying, I'm here. I got you. We're moving forward. It's time. And it's moving forward with relationships. For some of you, it's moving forward with legal matters. So the signing of paperwork, could be with jobs, could be with leases, could be, there's a lot of solidifying paperwork this month and kind of going out on your own, but this being ushered by the universe. So here we have the star card. So the star card is just saying, and movement, travel, because we have the world card. So the star card is just saying that you are being led by the universe to make these decisions. It's no coincidence, especially if you're feeling as though your intuition has been revved up recently. That's the universe saying, I'm here with you. I know I said that before, but I want to say it again. So the Knight of Wands is saying that you're being divinely led to move into the future with things that you're passionate about. So this is a very fiery energy. This is about moving forward with passion and I didn't want to say fire again, but there's just something that you're extraordinarily excited about. And I want to even say that, if it's a person, then it's a person that you're very passionate about. If it's this could very well be a job, because wands are about passion, the passion that you have for something. So, and this guy's moving forward. So it's saying that either I have a feeling that for a lot of you Pisces, you're moving away from something. Something was too much of a burden for you, and so it's time for you to put down the wands. So this is saying that you have been going it alone. Either it's with a relationship, either it's at the job, but either way, it's you're taking on the stresses and burdens of other people, or you're taking on the stresses and burdens of the job or the person that you're in a relationship with. And now you're saying, you know what? It's time for me to put all that down because you're kind of at the peak emotionally of where you're supposed to be. You're happy. You're happy where you are. And in fact, you feel as though you've leveled up. Emotionally, you're on a different plane, that you're, this King of Cups energy, and especially Pisces is water, cups are water. So, this is just saying that also for some of you, this is about travel because there is water in the cup, and any water cards usually signify some sort of movement or travel. But this is where he is in the deck. He's looking forward. So, he's no longer focused on what's, immediately in front of him. He's no longer focused on what's behind him at all. He's really looking to move forward, because I think that for a lot of you, you've made peace. You've made peace with the past. There was something that you had to do. It was breaking free emotionally of something that was no longer serving you. So you had to get your head out of the clouds, and you had to put the sword up, and you had to be extremely logical about it. that there was no room for idealism or being idealistic. And so you really, you looked at the past, maybe there was even some meditation on it, something concerning your home. So this could have been just meditating about decisions that you had to make, that I'm happy here, but I don't know. I just feel like there's more and I need to move forward. So really looking, the thing that keeps coming up is, what am I staying here for? Like, that's the question that the Queen of Swords is asking herself. She's looking at the past and she's saying, that was well and good, but that's not the now. And so I think that you really put up, that sort of logic that, you kind of cut through all the emotional ties that you have to stuff, because Pisceans can be very dreamy and idealistic, which is a beautiful quality of them. And also they can be very, what's interesting about Pisceans is that sometimes I have a lot of Piscean friends, so I say this with love. Sometimes Pisceans can come off as cold in their delivery of things, but they are actually the warmest, most caring sign. Like, Pisceans just want to take care of you. Pisceans are really good, like, maternal figures. So, but sometimes Pisceans can have that kind of sword quality where if they need to, they will cut you off. If they need to, they will, put up that sword between you and them, because they're not about to get hurt, because when they feel so intensely. It's the beauty and the curse of being a water sign. And, I know that I don't want to offend some Pisces in saying that, but because I love you guys so much, and many of my very close friends are Pisceans, so, I have much love and respect for you guys. It's the same, though, with all water signs. I'm a Cancer. We do it, too. Or Scorpios. All my Scorpio friends, same thing. Like, we can come off as super cold, but it's only because we don't want to get hurt because we feel so intensely. All right, so I'm going to stop explaining myself now and start getting into the bigger, excuse me, the bigger reading. So what we have here is the Queen of Pentacles. So for some of you, this is about a new job offer. You're looking at the thing that you've just been offered. You're holding on to it real tight. For some of you, I'm seeing that this could be pregnancy that you're super excited about. And, we were just talking about Pisceans being maternal figures. And, here is a maternal looking figure. Here is somebody who's kind of holding the new offer in her hand and looking forward because she's very excited about it. And if she's not looking forward, she's facing forward. So she's focused on the present, but excited to move forward. And now what's crossing you is that it's just a matter of waiting. For some of you Pisceans, even though you have the world in your hand, you'll notice that the world in this guy's hand very much mirrors the Pentacle in the Queen of Pentacles' hands. There's still a waiting game here. So it could be that you're communicating back and forth with somebody who's holding the offer. That for some of you, this card is about moving, but it's about waiting before you move. This guy's kind of like the standing on your front porch and looking out into the world and kind of putting your intentions out there. So it's just saying that there has been an offer given to you. Could be an offer of a new relationship, could be a pregnancy, could be anything dealing with finances, so a new job. It's a grounded kind of energy, could be a new home. So, and once again, there are lots of legal cards around you. So just saying that, like, this is this is something that could change. This just means that you are going to have to sign contracts concerning this. But this card is just saying that it's not happening quite yet. That there's still some time to wait. And that you're communicating back and forth with people concerning whatever that pentacle is to you, whatever that new offer is, whatever it is, that you're super excited about and looking forward to the future with, but holding on to. So the World card. So the World card and the Justice card are saying that first. I'm sorry I keep sighing. That's very unintentional. The World card and the Justice card are saying that some of you are moving for work. Some of you, the World card to me is talking about obviously being protected by the universe, saying that the universe, I feel like for a lot of you, there's been a period of reflection. And you know what? I'm just going to read these out of order because they all work together anyway. So the Hermit card is saying that you went through a period of time where you were reflecting on things. You were looking for answers. You know, you were, why is this happening to me? I really am not happy here. How can I make myself happier? What have I done in the past that made me happy? And in your reflecting, in your, even if you weren't actually meditating, you were, you just didn't realize you were. And in that, you lit up something within yourself. It was like tapping into your kind of universe vortex, like tapping into that energy. And so here it came. The world came in and said, we got you. Like, okay, you want answers to questions? We're going to give them to you. Or, you know, you're putting yourself out there. We're going to match you like a boss in a 401k. Like, you know, if this is what you want, we're going to usher in opportunities for you to get that. And if we can feel that it's something that you legitimately want, we're going to bring that to you. So this is saying also, because it's the World card, this is a travel card. So it's just saying that some of you are moving jobs, some of you are moving homes, you know, some, and it's a commute. You know, some of you are moving states. You know, some of you might even be moving further beyond that. So you could be moving for, like for some of you, I see that, you know, you're getting a new job, you're getting a new home. You know, for some of you, this could be about getting married and having to move, you know, in with your new partner. So the world is just saying that you're protected by the universe. The universe is ushering in, excuse me, all these new opportunities that you want. And the Justice card is saying that, like, there's a level of balance that you've been feeling because of it, that you feel as though, like, the world has turned right side up. That maybe for some of you Pisceans, you know, there was a period of time where you didn't feel as though there was a way out, and for some reason that felt unfair to you. And then you'll notice the 11 on the top here, 1 + 1 is 2, you know, but then there was communication between you and the universe. Once again, I know that, you know, for some of you, it would be a situation like, you know, prayer or meditation, but for some of you, it could just have been as easy as sitting at a stoplight on your way home from work and going, I hate what I'm doing. I am so unhappy right now. How do I fix this? You know, just kind of talking to yourself, and the universe heard you. And they ushered in this new opportunity. It kind of righted the scales. It balanced and leveled everything out. And now you're at a place where, you know, someone's offering you that pentacle. They're offering you that new job. They're offering you that new home. They're offering you love. You know, it could be a baby kind of comes in and changes everything. You know, those are all options that you can read from this spread. But this is saying that you take the opportunity, you know, and with relationships also, it could be, and I was saying this before, you know, it could even be that you were kind of holding the burdens of a relationship with someone, and then you finally decided to let go, and, you know, it kind of levels you up. It's kind of, you know, but there's some sort of resolution, and there's some sort of feeling of fairness. Something worked itself out in a way that, you know, you're kind of even surprised by. That even though you put things in motion and you signed papers and you went on interviews and you know, saw houses, or you know, met different people, you know, it's the fact of you're feeling as though everything's right in the world. Like, this is fair. This is the way it needs to happen. And that's a great feeling, because for a long time, I feel like Pisceans are really good at doing a shit ton of work and then not complaining about it, but being exhausted. And so, like, now you're feeling as though everything's right side up. Like, everything's going in the direction that it needs to be going. So the Justice card is saying that, like, you're signing the contract, you're signing the lease. You know, if you haven't done those things yet, you will be doing those things in August. And in fact, you know, this could even be just like drawing up of paperwork. This could even be like, you know, because this is in the past, this could also be like letters of resignation. You know, this could be anything dealing with paperwork and legalities. Um, you know, that you're like the signing of something. I know I keep saying that, but it's also about achieving balance, feeling like things are fair and in your court. And this is saying that you guys have hit the reset button. You get a brand new start. This is one. This is the very first card in the deck. It's the Magician. This is saying that you have worked super incredibly hard to get where you are, and that in fact there's nothing that can stand in your guys' way. You know, where you're going, you're illuminating a path for yourself that it took you time and hard work to illuminate, but you have everything you need. You got your pentacle, you got your sword, you got your cup, you got your wand. The infinity symbol over the top of this guy's head, you'll notice, is saying that, you know, these are attributes that are never going to leave you, that in fact, you know, I want to say that for a lot of you, where you're moving to, if in terms of a job, you know, this is something that you're going to be at for a very long time, if not until you retire. So, you know, this is also just saying that, like, you are good. Like, you have a lot going on right now, and it's all really good and happy. And, you know, you're ready to embark on this new adventure, and it's a, you know, one, so it's, you know, hitting the reset button, starting from not necessarily scratch, but you're taking all the lessons that you learned with you into this new adventure. This is also, sometimes the Magician can be a little bit of a trickster, so this is just saying, you know, be careful for people who don't necessarily have your best interest at heart. You know, when you're reading things, you know, paperwork and stuff, make sure that you read it very carefully, read the fine print, you know, dot your I's and cross your T's and all that kind of stuff. So this is just saying, you know, be careful of people who, you know, want to come in and give you advice that doesn't necessarily work for you. You know, but otherwise it's a great, I mean, all these cards are great. So this is interesting. For the Strength card, it's an 8, and it's in reverse. So even though you guys are incredibly strong, there is no doubting that. This is an 8, which means we're going into like the month of August. So I think that for most of you, there will be a period of time where you'll be a little bit sad about the decision that you made. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be weak. I just think that it means that, you know, there's a lot of new stuff coming up on the horizon. And what's going to end up happening is that, you know, when you're still kind of between worlds, but, you know, you're still in your old world, but you're super excited about your new world, you know, you can kind of live off that excitement. This is just saying that once it becomes a reality, you know, there's going to be a little bit of adjustment. There's going to be a little bit of sadness. You know, there's going to be a little bit of not regretting. There might even be a period of like, oh, can I do this? Did I make the right decision? You know, am I going to be okay? You know, is this the best decision that I could have made? The Magician card is also advising you to say to hold on to that excitement that you have about the decision that you've made. Hold on to that excitement, because that's what's going to get you through this difficult period, because there's always a level of adjustment when you are doing something brand new, when you're, you know, going somewhere new, when you're moving somewhere, when you've made a big commitment, you know, whatever that commitment is, marriage, kids, home, family, jobs, you know, moving house. Hold on to what it felt like to want that. Hold on to what it felt like when it was only an idea in your mind. Hold on to that excitement, because that's what's going to help you get you through. I think that we have an 8, the Strength card. I feel like, and we'll do an August and September reading. I think the 8 is saying that once you get into August, there's going to be a little bit of sadness, a little bit of, you know, did I make the right decision? For some of you, it could be missing, quote unquote, home. You know, just feeling a little homesick, nostalgic maybe. But you'll notice both of these guys have the, wait, you can't see it. She's got the infinity symbol. My fingers are like right on top of it. She's got the infinity symbol on her head too. She's looking, and she's looking toward the future. So it could be that for some of you, you're having not trouble, but, looking at the future and feeling a little bit sad. For the Hermit, this is a 9, so this could even be going into September. The Hermit is all about learning new things. So I think that for some of you in September, you're going to be learning a new way of life. You're going to be putting all the old stuff behind you, and you're going to be seeking enlightenment. So for those of you that are embarking on a new job, those of you that are going into a new home, those of you in a new relationship, you're finding new belief systems, you're finding new ways of doing things, because potentially, what the Hermit also has to say is that the way that you were doing things in the past worked for where you were then. So you're going to be going back into the past, because where he is situated in the card reading is he's looking at the past. He's looking at the past and he's saying, what worked for me? What worked for me, and how can I tweak it so that it works even better for me now? And this is something that you're going to end up, I think that you're going to start this off alone, and then you're going to pick up people as you go. I think that the Hermit card speaks of, a period of solitude, of seeking enlightenment or seeking answers to questions on one's own. But I think that what you're going to end up illuminating for yourself is, that you start introducing more people into the mix. And this could even be, this could be beginning of September, this could be mid-September, but taking some time for yourself to what worked for me in the past, because I think that you're going to get to a point where you're sick of feeling sad. I think August, there's going to be kind of a low hum of, you're happy because you're excited about being in this new place, but there's still something that's holding you back from being completely happy. So for some of you, September, I feel, is going to be a time of trying to get past that sadness. I should be happy. I should be excited. Why am I not? What have I done in the past when I felt this way that made me feel better? For some of you, this is about, this is a different place than where I was before. What can I take from my past and tweak to make it work for what I'm doing now? The Hierophant is once again talking about legalities and contracts. So for some of you, this is the marriage card. For some of you, this is the actual signing of the contract. For some of you, this is the actual signing of the lease. So paired up with the Justice card, this is just saying that, you're going to be closing in on that paperwork. You're going to be, just signing the papers, making everything official. This is you working with people. So, this is you doing something in a traditional manner. So I think that once again, where we were talking about what you would have done in the past, this is once again you asking yourself the question of what has traditionally worked for me? How can I tweak it so that I'm on my A game? That's what's happening for you in September. So it's a lot of you. And like I said, the Hermit illuminates new people in your world. So, and you'll notice one of those people is the Lion. Notice the Lion in the corner? Who's got the Lion? The Strength card. So I think that, by the first week of September, you're finding kind of your way. You're looking to the past. You're trying to find things that work for you, what traditionally has worked for me. And you're going to find that what traditionally has worked for you is having other people with you. It's working with people, bringing people, collaborating, that kind of thing. Not being on your own so much. And this could also be, I want to say that it's September because, August you're still adjusting. September you're actually in it, full throttle. Because sometimes the summer months can be a little slow, so you have time to kind of do your own thing and make your own way. And then September happens and it's oh, it's fall, okay, we're moving again. We have another 9. So this is saying that in the month of September, I think that some of you are afraid that you're going to be on guard. Some of you are afraid, I don't know, this is when it comes to a new work situation, I'm sorry that this is so much about work, but you know, I think of the big things that people are kind of moving into, changing jobs, changing homes, and like, you know, hear what I say and then apply it to your situation as you need to. I'm seeing a lot of work stuff here just because we have a lot of wands. We have 7, you know, wands, pentacles, and then 7 major arcana cards. So like I said, this month for you is huge in like kind of tying up loose ends, in getting yourself together, in listening to your gut and your intuition. So the 9 of Wands is just saying that like you're afraid that you're going to be on guard, but you somehow feel like you have to be. So this could even be like if you're going into a new job, you don't know anybody that first day, so you're kind of on guard. And this, you know, for some of you, I think that you're going to be starting new jobs in September, and that August for you might just be a period of like, you know, tying up loose ends, having fun, getting used to the decisions that you're making about your life. But this, you know, being afraid to let go, kind of looking side-eyed at people like, oh, do I trust you? What do I do? And I think that ultimately the month of September for you guys is going to be a lot about reflection. So, you know, for some of you, this signifies that you're going to be the new man on campus. You know, you're going to be kind of the newest person there. You might not necessarily be the youngest person there, as the Page of Wands would imply, but this is just saying that like through the month of September, there might be moments of like looking at the past or focusing on the past, or you know, the thing that keeps coming up for me is what have I done in the past that has worked for me, you know, and how can I apply it to my current situation? That's what the Page of Wands is saying to me, is that you're ready to move forward, but you're also still a little bit kind of like you're between two worlds. But it's not bad. You still have, what's great about the Page of Wands is you still have that excited energy about what you're doing, because pages are youthful. They can kind of even come off as immature. But in this case, I think it's more about learning, reflecting. What have I done? What's worked for me before? How can I apply it again? I know that I'm a broken record, but I say that because I want you to remember it in that, you know, in that moment. This is the lesson. What have I done before that worked for me? How can I apply it to my current situation? Because you're going through a big time right now. It's huge. There's a lot of changes that are about to happen, and they're not just tiny changes, they're big ass changes. So what's the easiest way to get through a major upheaval? Don't forget that you've been living. You've gone through stuff like this before. How did you get through it last time? Excuse me. All right, so let's go on that Page of Wands. Whoa. Yeah. Yep. What did I tell you? So the coffin came up. So that's the new beginning. And the key came up. Unlocking. So it's like, you know, when you think of coffins, you think of mummies, you think of the past, right? So this is the past. It's an 8. This could even be something that you're reflecting on throughout the month of August. I wouldn't be surprised. I think that you're going to, like, reflecting on the past. What did you do every day in the past that worked for you? That's what this is asking you to reflect on. Because once you can answer that question, that's what the key is saying. Once you can answer that question, you have the key to what's going to make everything easy. And this is new beginnings. This is, you know, the coffin is about death to an old way of life so that a new beginning, can come to fruition. that key is saying that, you know, a new opportunity is being birthed. It's almost like leveling up in a video game. I need one more card. Okay, there we go. All right. Yeah. Once you're able to find the answer to that question, you're going to be off and running. Like, it's going to be real easy. We have here the one, right? One, just like the magician. So it's like once you're able to unlock that door, everything's smooth sailing. It's almost like you're a brand new person, and you're really moving quickly. This is also saying that, like, you know that getting yourself together with new people is what's going to help you. So it's making new friends. It's, you know, getting out in your community. It's being a part of the new, whatever the new place is. If you're moving for marriage, if you're moving for a relationship, you know, if you're having a child, if you're moving jobs, moving homes, you know, this is all about you guys moving forward. So it's saying what has worked for you in the past, being a part of your community. It's, you know, getting out there into the world, because you'll notice this guy's outside. He's on his horse. He put on his Sunday best and he's ready to go. So, like, don't hold yourself back from being around people because you're afraid of what they'll think, or, you know, you're afraid of what's going to happen, or you're so sad and you don't want to let go of the past, and so you kind of stay in your own lane. And so this is saying, get out there with those new people. You know, it's going to be a better situation than you think it is. Don't be so on guard. There's no reason to be. All right. Let's see, one more card, one more message. Yep. The Helper of Abundance. All right, so the Helper of Abundance looks like this. I want to say it's probably the Page of Pentacles in the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, but let's see. So although you have a lot to do, it's important that you get organized first. Once planning is complete, you can roll up your sleeves and get to work. Your guardian angels surround you and are ready to help out. This card also indicates a very loving, kind, and loyal friend, someone with a big heart, a quick wit, and endless patience. That person could be you. All right, so let's see what the Helper of Abundance says. Okay, so the Helper of Abundance is like the Knight of Pentacles. So there's an awful lot to do. Better get organized first. Think through your plans and make notes. Ask for the counsel of others who have experience in this situation. Once you have it all planned, then roll up your sleeves and get to work. There's no procrastination allowed when the Helper of Abundance comes into your reading. However, this card does always indicate that your guardian angels are standing by waiting to help you. What did I tell you about the universe being on your side? So yeah, so don't let yourself feel, this could also be a feeling of feeling overwhelmed, this Two of Wands. So, you know, whatever's going to make it easier for you, make a list. Yeah, and what did I say about getting other people involved? Like I said, people, a very loving, kind, and loyal friend, someone with a big heart and a great sense of humor, a person who can accomplish amazing amounts of work in a short time and is able to take a stalled project and get it moving again. Supportive and completely trustworthy, endlessly patient, concerned about ecological matters. Additional meanings of this card: taking a methodical approach, completing a task, whistling while you work, vegetarians or vegans. Well, it makes sense. I mean, Pentacles and Abundance are about plants. So yeah, so Pisces, you have an extraordinary time ahead of you. And in fact, I'm super excited for this big life event that's about to happen. Please share with me, either comment in the comment section or email me at intuitivetarotempath@gmail.com to let me know how this all goes for you. So remember, get people involved. You don't have to go this alone, and enjoy every second of the ride. And remember that energy that you're feeling right now of excitement, in those moments when it gets a little trying or difficult, remember how excited you are right now, because this is super, super exciting. I enjoyed doing this reading so much for you guys. If you enjoyed it just as much as I did, and are interested in a personal reading, please check out my website, intuitivetarotempath.com, and I'd love to work with you guys. All right, that's all I got for July. I hope that you enjoy every second of it, and I'll see you guys in August. Bye.